start with Sefer Shmiras Haloshon, and the topic is the most neglected. Okay, let's see. Above, above we refer to Shmiras Haloshon as a Mitzvah, right? So we said Mitzvah is a corpse that is nobody tending to, so like it's some lying around somewhere in the open. A mitzvah which is woefully ignored by many who do not reckon it as a mitzvah at all. Though this needs no proof, we will nevertheless demonstrate that it is true. So we did not the last time, that time before that, we explained this mitzvah, same as a corpse that nobody is burying. So same this mitzvah that nobody is doing, right? So that's the connection. So it says there are people who find nothing wrong with saying the most derogatory remarks about others for no good reason. So it's not like they derive any, I don't know, benefit, like talking about competition. Let's say maybe they in their mind that they derive any benefit. Just deride people. When asked why do we speak Lashon Hara, they respond with dozen reasons as to why their words are not Lashon Hara at all. If the questionnaire then responds with irrefutable proof that indeed the statement voiced do constitute Lashon Hara, they respond, well, it is not Lashon Hara when it says about so-and-so. It is a mitzvah to speak about him. Right? So it's very interesting. So people, usually people do not learn, or they say that they do, but actually they don't go into details of all of these halachas, right? So as we see, it's day number 170, so, and it's 2 pages, right? So it's 340 days, 40 classes, right? So we will learn this, and it's still, every day it's new material. Every day is a new situation, like we will look at a different perspective. So a person who does not learn this Shmiras Haloshon laws in details, he has no idea. But nevertheless, they say, no, it's not Lashon Hara. Then you prove, no, it is Lashon Hara. It's a negative speech about your fellow Jew. How is it allowed? He said, okay, it's Lashon Hara, but I'm allowed to talk about him because why? Because he is not such a good person, because he cheated you. Like, how do you know? All of these things, right? So now they get personal. The more one tries to convince them that they err, the more they heap calumny upon the subject of their ill-spoken words. So basically, people do not want to acknowledge whatever they say it's wrong. Okay. Does this happen with other sins? Does an otherwise observant Jew who has been caught eating something forbidden respond to his reproval by grabbing other piece of the food and stuffing it into his own mouth? Certainly not. Why then does this occurs with the sin of Lashon Hara, which, as we have shown in the previous chapters, is among the worst sins of the Torah? So that's a very good question. So an amazing example. So if we catch another Jew, let's say this eating non-kosher, but he's going to acknowledge, he's not going to say, no, it's not, no, it is kosher. He sits in McDonald's, right? So he said, no, it's actually kosher, you don't know, and they have a different menu, and that's not, no, it's kosher. He's not going to say that, right? He would acknowledge, and unless, I mean, I don't know what he's going to say, but at least he's not, would be like as defensive as in the case of Shmiras Haloshon. And as we said before many times, our sages teach us that a sin of Lashon Hara is like all other sins of the Torah combined, not only equivalent to some, like all of the sins combined. Right? That's how bad it is. The answer is that this very serious matter has become hefker, disregarded, and trampled upon by many. So it's very interesting. Okay, we speak not only of habitual gossipers. There are many people who are not given to gossip, yet do not consider Lashon Hara as serious of the most other sins. Therefore, they turn deaf ear when told or refrain from speaking the forbidden. There is no great mitzvah in our time. So okay, so they say what is the problem? The answer is that this mitzvah become a hefker. Hefker is like it's nobody's. Nobody wants to claim ownership, right? Everybody says no, it's not mine, right? And trample upon by many. So people do not consider it's very important when they speak. But if you ask them, is it nice to say Lashon Hara, or somebody spoke bad about you? Do you think this good? He was absolutely not. This guy and his low life and this and that, right? Even though they themselves habitual speakers of Lashon Hara, right? Okay, therefore they turn and plus if people would not, let's say they're not gossipers themselves, they would turn deaf ear. So meaning what, they were not going to protest. So many times, as we said in previous class, you have to protest. Say, I'm not going to listen. Why are you telling me that? I'm not interested. Not interested. Stop it. Or just if you cannot stop with the conversation, just turn around and leave. Okay. That's why he said there is no greater mitzvah of our time. Okay. Stop here.